and it says Antarctic Journal. Before describing what the story is about, let's take a look at the title. What does it mean? First, let's start with the word Antarctic. Antarctic means something that is related to Antarctica, the continent. What about the word journal? It means diaries. So Antarctic Journal, it means the author's diaries in Antarctica. Let's start. The story is about an expedition, which is a science trip to one of the most extreme environments on Earth. Of course, it's very cold. The expedition is to the icy continent, Antarctica. In Antarctic Journal, you will find out about some of the creatures that live in a sub-zero climate. Let's take a look at the author. And now let's take a look at the author, which is the main character in the story. So who is the main character in the story? The main character is the author, Jennifer Owens Dewey. How does Jennifer describe Antarctica? What does she say about the continent, or what does she call the continent? She calls it the windiest, coldest, most forbidden region on Earth. Why did the author visit Antarctica? What was the reason behind the visit? Jennifer has always wanted to explore Antarctica. During her visit, she plans to draw, photograph, and write about this wonderful place. For how long will Jennifer be staying on her expedition to Antarctica? She is staying at Palmer Station, where she will be living for 4 months. The introduction. What is the purpose of the first paragraph in the story? The first paragraph of the story serves as an introduction. It tells why the author is in Antarctica. Where does Jennifer go when the weather is fair? So after going to Antarctica, where does she usually go when the weather is fair? She goes to Litchfield Island. The island is 3 miles from Palmer Station by inflatable boat. This is the inflatable boat. So if she's taking the inflatable boat, it will be 3 miles from Palmer Station. It's protected island, visited by 2 or 3 people a year. Why does Jennifer need to be shown how to walk on open ground? So on her first time to go out on an open ground, why does she need to be shown how to walk? Because Litchfield Island is protected, visitors need to step carefully to avoid damaging the environment. That's why someone needs to teach her or to show her how to walk on the open ground. Based on what you know so far, how would you describe the author? The author is brave, adventurous, curious, and creative. Why? Because she travels to Antarctica to explore, write, and draw. She spends the night also alone on the island, so she must be really brave and curious about this continent. Penguin Rookery. What exactly has Jennifer located on the island offshore? She found a penguin rookery. What is a penguin rookery? It's a nesting area for penguins where penguins build their nests. What does a rookery need? What does it take in order for the penguins to build the rookery? The ground has to be flat enough for the nests. There has to be a beach with stones nearby. There has to be enough space for at least 200 penguins. So these 3 conditions are necessary for the penguins to build the rookery. How do the penguins build their nests? The penguins gather stone from the beach and carry them one at a time to the nest. They drop each stone in a chosen spot. Why did the author give such a detailed description of penguins building their nests? Why did the author describe the process of building the nests in details? Because the author wants to show how hard-working the penguins are. What other animals had the author explored at Antarctica? Jennifer explored the blue whale, which is the largest animal on Earth. What did she learn about the blue whale? She learned that the largest animal on Earth eats krill, which is the smallest animal on Earth. She learned also that penguins and seals eat krill as well. So Jennifer decided to taste krill, which is the blue whale's food. She and her friend Carl cooked them up and ate them. What fact about krill made Carl so curious to taste them? Why was Carl, or what made Carl that curious to taste krill? Because many sea animals stay healthy by eating krill, so Carl wanted to discover krill's benefits. Going on a hike. Jennifer couldn't sleep, so she decided to go for a hike. However, the glacier got cracked and she fell under it. What do you think Jennifer signed out when she went on her hike? What was the reason behind signing out? Signing out lets others know where exactly she is in case of an accident. So it's really important for her to sign out before going on the hike. Why is the trail she takes flagged? Why did she take the flagged trail, or why is the trail flagged? Because marking the safest trail or marking the trail or the way with flags keeps hikers from taking a more dangerous path. What do you think would happen to the author? She will either be rescued by her friends who go looking, or she will rescue herself. The crack was narrow and Jennifer succeeded to scramble out. She crawled down the glacier with her hands and knees and managed to save herself. Why has Jennifer felt her way slowly down the glacier, or why was she rubbing the snow? She's testing if the ground will hold her. She wants to make sure that the glacier won't crack again. Carl suggested that they would go to see the green flash. What is the green flash? The green flash is a brief flash of green above the sun. It appears just before the sun sets. Why had Jennifer described the green flash as rare? Why? She said that it's rare to show how lucky she is to see it, because the flash can only be seen in certain conditions. So it needs certain conditions in order to see the green flash, so it's rare, and that's why she's very lucky to see it. Flying back home, before leaving, Jennifer took a permission to collect a penguin egg that would never hatch. Her bag got lost in the airport and she was so worried about losing the penguin egg. Fortunately, she found it later. So why was the author so worried about losing the egg? Because the egg is a part of the nature of Antarctica. It helps her remember her 4-month experience in Antarctica. Now let's move to the genre. What is the genre of the text? It's narrative nonfiction. What does a narrative nonfiction story tell? It tells about real people, places, and events. What does a narrative nonfiction text include? It includes events in time order and information that are told as a story. That's it for today. Thank you so much. See you in the next video, inshallah.